Good morning, Hornets, and welcome to another episode of Bgsn. I'm Tiana.
And I'm John. Today we'll be talking about Super Bowl odds and Super Bowl commercials. And as always, we'll get the daily dose of Bgsn sports. But first, here's Tristan with this weekend's weather.
Thank you, John. Today will be looking good with a high of 38, but it will get down to just 9 degrees tonight. Tomorrow will be sunny, but a little colder with a high of 28 and a low of 18. Saturday will be cloudy with a high of 37 and a low of 31. And Sunday will bring some rain and potentially snow early in the morning and then again around 5 p.m. Sunday will have a high of 39 and a low of 14. That's all for weather. Back to the desk.
For a delicious dish at your Super Bowl parties, try making this football calzone.
Pepperoni, mozzarella cheese, 2 crescent rolls, a green bell pepper, parsley, red pepper, minced garlic, salt, pepper, oregano, Italian cheese, pizza sauce, olive oil, and cream cheese. What you want to do first is dice the green bell pepper. Next, we will mix together the cream cheese, pepperonis, mozzarella cheese, pizza sauce, diced bell pepper, Italian cheese, garlic, salt, and pepper. Then you will roll out only one of the crescent rolls onto a flat surface and form the mixture into a football shape on top. Roll out the other crescent roll on top of the football and cut off the excess edges. Use the excess edges to create the lace on top of the football. And finally, coat it all in olive oil. Put it in the oven at 350 degrees for 20 minutes and enjoy.
Now in February, the Super Bowl is days away. Here's Kion with the betting odds.
This weekend, February 4th, the Philadelphia Eagles will be playing the New England Patriots in the 2017-2018 Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is one of the world's most famous yearly events and is aired all across the world. Like always, the Patriots are the highly favored team in this matchup. Led by quarterback Tom Brady, the Patriots are 13-3 this season. The Philadelphia Eagles are also 13-3 and will be led by quarterback Nick Foles this game. Since this premiere is very popular, of course there will be much gambling all across the world on this very event. If one may bet on the Patriots, the average money line is plus 200, meaning putting $200 down and winning $100, and your total will be $300 at the end of the night. The average money line for the Eagles is plus 220, meaning if the Eagles win, putting down $200 will gain you $440 at the end of the night. Since the Eagles have a high risk of losing, betting on them could potentially bring more money in your pockets. This matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots shall be very interesting. I'm Kion Tyler from Bgsn, taking you back to the desk. I'm Kion Tyler from Bgsn.
One of the best parts of the Super Bowl are the commercials, and I went around and asked students what their favorite commercials are.
Most of you know the Super Bowl is right around the corner, and one of the best parts about the Super Bowl isn't the sports, it is the commercials. I interviewed Beach Grove students to see what their favorite Super Bowl commercials are from the past.
Well, my favorite commercial for the Super Bowl is probably the Puppy Monkey Baby.
Okay, my favorite Super Bowl commercial was from freshman year, and it was Puppy Monkey Baby.
Yeah, I particularly like the Doritos commercial where the good old chap gets inside the time machine and he gets bamboozled by his son. So,
my favorite Super Bowl commercial is Puppy Monkey Baby.
My favorite Super Bowl commercials are the Dorito commercials.
As you can see, there was a very common answer, but Joe Marseals gave me a very unique one.
My favorite Super Bowl commercial is the Budweiser one when they had the dog and the horse got taken away, and then he got back to the home and the dog found him. It was real interesting. I didn't cry.
I'm John Paciano signing off here in BGSN. Back to you guys. And remember, Hornets, make sure you enjoy the Super Bowl.
Now we're going to throw it over to Mal for a Pacers update, Beech Grove basketball, and college basketball.
Thank you, Tiana. Today we will begin with the Indiana Pacers. They picked up a close win last night at home against the Memphis Grizzlies, 105-101. Bojan Bogdanovic led the way with 21 points for the Pacers. Miles Turner also picked up a double-double with 15 points and 11 rebounds. This is the third win in a row for the Pacers as they improved to 29-23. They play next game tomorrow night in Charlotte against the Hornets. The Pacers beat Charlotte at home on Monday 105-96. In Beech Grove news, junior Dallas Culpepper got 2 scholarship offers from Ball State and Toledo. In girls basketball, they won their first sectional game against Heron. The game was never in doubt as the Hornets won 53-18. The Hornets will play Tri-West in their second sectional game this Friday. Purdue beat Maryland 75-67 last night, improving to 22-2 on the season and 7-0 in the Big Ten Conference. It is Super Bowl week, and we will be talking about the players. Here's John Dans on Eagles quarterback Nick Foles.
Nick Foles is the starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 52. He was not the starter at the beginning of the season, as he was the backup to Carson Wentz. However, Wentz tore his ACL in a game against the Los Angeles Rams, and Foles was thrust into the starting position. This is not the first time that Nick Foles has been the Eagles QB in the playoffs, as he did it back in 2013. Foles' overall record as a starter in the playoffs is 2-1, with both his wins coming this season. Foles will look to be the first quarterback other than Eli Manning to beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. Nick Foles was drafted back in 2012 by the Eagles, and he has played with the St. Louis Rams and the Kansas City Chiefs. Nick Foles was the Eagles quarterback in 2012 as he was thrust in the starter role again when Michael Vick went down. And Foles performed well, and he took the Eagles to the playoffs in 2013, even though he got beat by the Saints 26-24. But this season, he has played well in his two playoff appearances, and is soon to be third, as he has helped the Eagles defeat the Falcons 15-10, and he helped them ransack the Vikings 38-14, I believe. It was such a blowout that, you know. But anyways, Nick Foles will, as I said before, will look to be the first quarterback, other than Eli Manning, to beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl.
Not only is backup quarterback Nick Foles playing on Sunday, but also debatable GOAT Tom Brady. Here's my take on the Super Bowl GOAT and who has the upper hand. Being an American citizen, you probably all know that the Super Bowl is this Sunday at 4 o'clock. It will be between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. This will be the second time these two teams meet in the Super Bowl. The last time these teams met, this is how things ended.
Another play, they're going to have to really hustle. They're going to throw 2 Hail Marys. Down the middle of the field, and the pass is picked off by Harrison. Rodney Harrison.
This was the second Super Bowl Brady won, and 14 years later, he is 5-2, which leads us into the next debate on who's a Super Bowl GOAT, who personally I believe is Montana for one reason. Although there is no denying that another Super Bowl win for Brady will classify him as the GOAT. The odds are definitely in his favor, having 65.7% chance of winning a Super Bowl and a 5-point betting lead. The Patriots will be wearing white where they are 3-0 in the Super Bowl, which is also the same uniform matchup as the previous Super Bowl meeting. And despite having practically the entire United States rooting against them, Nick Foles will be playing in his first Super Bowl and is a backup quarterback. Experts still expect a close game, which we all hope. I'm Malachi McGuire for Beech Grove Student News. That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all for this Thursday segment of BGSN.
Make sure to subscribe and follow us on Twitter. I'm Tiana.
And I'm John. Have an absolutely terrific Thursday, Hornets.